Hi, everybody. All right, we are going to call this meeting to order. Have anyone second that?
Second.
Okay. Where are we? Did everyone get a chance to look at the meeting minutes, the draft meeting minutes?
Yep.
No comments?
No issue here.
Look good.
They're good to go.
Look good.
I will send them out tomorrow. Okay. Next item, tree planting. Unfortunately, Ellen, I didn't even look at the list that you have. I've been swamped at work. I swear I will look at it this week.
Okay, we'll take a look at it. I propose Patterson Farm at 3 different locations in the spring.
Okay.
And then in the fall, the Kiowa, Fred Allen fields, maybe the Reagan track if they do the work there to naturalize it and get rid of the concrete channel.
Oh, okay.
That's in the plan. They're going to do that at some point. So if they do that, then we can go ahead and plant trees there. If not, I just proposed Makefield. And if anybody has other ideas, feel free to throw them in. I just wanted to put something on paper.
Okay.
Yes, Linda and me have been trying to pursue this angle, the MS4 concerns, whether we can do riparian plantings. We haven't yet heard back from him on the latest status on the MS4. Fred, do you have any update on that? Okay.
Fred.
No, that usually comes out probably in February.
Oh, okay.
So that we can identify any properties that can help with the riparian buffer.
Yeah, the ones along Patterson Farm will help with the buffers, riparian buffers.
Yeah. In addition to that, that's already done for future.
Yeah,
Well,
looking in for 2021 at this point.
Yeah.
Well, Alan, that plan of yours, that reflects the long-range tree master plan, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. Except for a few of the spots at Patterson, it doesn't. But generally, yeah, it does.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we're about halfway through that plan, township.
Yep.
We have plenty of money in the tree bank, and doesn't do any good sitting in the tree bank. We got to spend it, get the trees in the ground. So if anybody else,
Remember that next year.
yeah, if anybody else has any ideas on locations, let me know. Do you want to hold this off till next meeting, Linda, before we approve it?
Yeah, let's do that, and then I'll take a better look at it, and at least that'll give us enough for next year. And like I said, I think the biggest issue is going to be is if we have any restrictions due to COVID. Otherwise, I don't see a problem why we can't get started with at least finishing up the rest of what we did at Patterson.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's in the spring. And I don't know if you want to specify number of trees, get into that detail, or just have more of a generalized letter.
I can work on something we want to, based on what we did already, we're looking at least at the distance I looked at the same amount of trees. So we're probably looking at least 250 trees to finish up what we already started.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
Well, then look at this. We may want to split Patterson up into 2 different time periods.
Okay.
Well, it's up to you. I mean, look at it and decide. And also, do we want to propose a meeting with Kurt about this one after we send it in, maybe in March or something?
Probably. Yeah, probably not a bad idea.
Okay, I'll put that in at the end of the letter. I'll send a new version out so everybody gets the latest.
Okay.
All right, so next.
All right, I have the Arboretum still here just to leave it up so we don't forget about it. But I mean, at this point, I think it's just something that we're going to keep adding until we figure out when we're going to finish that one. Right.
Which one are you talking about, Linda? Is this the compass?
Just the 2 plants at the Arboretum.
Pardon?
Just the 2 trees at the Arboretum, at the Memorial Park.
Yeah. I'm pretty well heading that up, and I'll talk to Monica early in the year, and we'll get something set up for that.
All right, that brings us back to Alan and land use.
I think, Linda, you couldn't be heard.
Alan?
What?
Oh, hey, we're back to you for land use.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear you. All right, for land use, the only project that's done anything in this last month as far as new submittal or revisions is the Cricket Preserve mixed use proposal. On December 11th, they submitted a revision to their initial plan that was submitted September 11th. And it's pretty similar to the previous one. It's like, I'd say 98% the same. They changed a few things around, but not too much. So they submitted that, and then they submitted a letter from Bowler Engineering, which I sent out to everybody, that had responses to our township engineers' comments on the project and all the committee's comments on the project, including ours. So if you like, I could go through real quick the responses to our comments, because we are going to have to generate some new comments. I think they're due, what did he say? I think January 11th, a month. But we probably won't get ours in until maybe a week after that, because it'd be nice if at our next meeting we could talk about a draft of comments on it. But Jim Meduski will be okay with that, I think. So hopefully.
Why don't you take us through that, Alan?
Huh?
Alan, why don't you take us through that?
Yeah.
The comments?
Go through the comments, yeah. And you all have copies of this if you need to look at it. The first comment, we said that we didn't think they should get a waiver from the tree replacement requirements. And if you remember from our last meeting, our planning commission didn't seem like they were in favor of a waiver either. I looked through some of the other comments submitted, and Bucks County Planning Commission also thought they shouldn't get a waiver. And our township engineer, Remy Vernick, also thought they shouldn't get a waiver. That's in their comment 30. So we're not alone in thinking that they shouldn't get a waiver from this. So their response was they've added about 120 trees they're going to plant on the site in addition to what they originally had planned. So the number of replacement trees is down to 848. And if they had to pay into the tree bank for 848 trees, it would be down to 267,000. It was at 308. So it's come down to that. But they're digging in their heels. They still want the waiver. They say they really can't put any more trees. They want some open areas. And the buildings are in the way, blah, blah, blah. And then they also go on to say they're spending this money to construct off-site improvements, which is the roads. They're putting in $6.5 million to improve the roads. But I don't know. That's not an environmental improvement, that's for sure. And it's kind of helps them as much, because if they didn't do these road improvements, I don't think this project would be approved, because the traffic would be pretty, I don't know about gridlock, but close to gridlock during, peak PM and Saturday peaks. So I don't think that's an excuse for not donating $267,000 to the tree bank. Compared to a $100 million project, it's, rounding error. So I think we'll go ahead and make another comment asking that the waiver be denied. And we can think of some more reasons too. I'll come up with some other reasons besides the ones we got.
Well, their comment about that they can't plant any more on site, that doesn't make any sense. That's not how the tree bank works, whether they can plant them on site or not. The issue is that the tree bank determines how much money we have for the replacement trees. If they can put them on site, it's less money. even if they can't plant others on site, they're still required to pay the money into the tree bank.
But I think it's important we know that physically they could plant them on site. They don't have any in the detention basin, which is huge. They could plant a lot of trees in that. And I'm sure if Jim, Linda, and I went over there, we could find some spots for these trees. So that's no excuse. If they want it to look a certain way, landscaping wise, that's fine. But if you want that, then you got to put into the tree bank. I mean, it's their choice, one or the other. That's the way I look at it.
Find someplace else to put them.
Yeah, I would have fun going over there looking for spots for trees.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, if not, we'll find someplace else in the township to put them then. And that's fine.
That's it. That's the theory.
So we'll have another comment on that next month. The next one was a planting of non-native trees. Linda and Jim, if you could look at response number 28 to Remick Vernick's comments in that document I sent you, because that lists all the plants that they think are okay to plant. And I thought you thought they were probably okay too. So it's probably.
I think I sent something to Linda.
I thought we responded to that, to you at least.
Yeah, but why don't you look and see what they did and see if that matches your response.
Okay.
Because I'm going to leave the trees or the plant stuff to you guys. But you'll see it in there. I think it'll be pretty quick. It's a long list of things I think are okay, and they look native to me, but you look at them. All right. So maybe one of you can get back to me in the next few weeks and let me know whether we need to comment on that anymore. All right, our next three comments, 3A, 3B, I guess 2 comments, were on the parking spots and asking them to do an evaluation to see whether they really needed that many parking spots, because there's data out there that suggests they might not need that many parking spots. And our comments match Remick Vernick's comments on these issues too. The proposed number of parking spots and conducting a shared parking analysis, and to consider reserve parking, which they can be built after the project's built if they find they need more parking. And they're digging in their heels on that one too. In both the response to our comment and Remick Vernick's, they're saying, we're going to build the parking spots that we said we were, and that's it. So I guess we can make the comment again. I'll look around to see if I can find any other justification for our position. I'm wondering if the supervisors can ask that they do a shared parking analysis. I don't know if you've thought about that, Fred. It's in the ordinance. It doesn't really say, where it comes from, who instigates it, the applicant or the supervisors. I think they assume the applicant would be the one instigating it, because it'd save them a lot of money not having to build so many parking spots.
It was brought up in the past, but I don't remember.
Okay, well, you guys should think about that, because it'd be better on a lot of respects. Less stormwater runoff, less impervious surface, all that good stuff. So we'll probably reiterate our parking comments and try to find out some new angles on it. But that seems like an important issue. Then pervious pavement, number 4 comment. We asked that they consider pervious pavement, and they say there are areas of pervious pavement, but I have to look through the plans in more detail, because they don't say where it is in the whole development. So it's somewhere there. I'll find out how much is in there. Hopefully it's more than just a couple hundred square feet. Hopefully it's significant, but at least they're doing that. They're putting in some porous pavement. Then the height of the clock tower, they're going to do a view shed analysis, which is good. And they're going to present that at the Planning Commission meeting in January. So we can take a look at that then.
Weren't there 2 towers, Alan?
It's what?
Aren't there two towers on there?
Yeah, two towers. Well, one's larger than the other. One's
Yeah.
80 foot, and then the other is maybe like 60 feet, something like that. But they're going to look at that. We asked if they could have signs on the tower, which they said is up to the township. You know, they could propose one, but the township will have to prove it. So they may or may not have signs on those towers. The electrical
What
vehicle
kind of
charging station.
About
What? Huh?
what kind of signs are we talking about? We're not talking about those video monstrosities, right?
I don't know. I'm thinking they might have a big Wegmans on top of the tower, which I'm sure they won't do, but that would be my concern.
Yeah, all right. As long as we don't emulate Middletown with those
Oh yeah, no, that's
stolen over there.
That's like a billboard type thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
sign is a very broad term, Alan.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what they propose. The electrical vehicle charging stations, they've got 3 of them in the project area. There's 2 on the commercial side and 1 near the apartment clubhouse. And at each charging station, there are 2 parking spots for the cars to park and get charged. So I guess 6 cars could be charged simultaneously. So that's good. Green building technologies and sustainable building construction, they wouldn't commit to that. They said they're not advanced enough in architectural design to determine if that's practical or beneficial to the development. So I don't know quite what that means, but they didn't say they would do it, so I'm not hopeful. Okay, the last 2 comments are on traffic issues. They calculated the number of vehicles, the increased trips from the site because they put in some specific stores. Before they just had a generalized retail, but now they know there's a drive-through pharmacy, there's a couple of restaurants. And they come up with numbers. There's 20, they say there's 27 more new vehicle trips in the afternoon peak and 121 new vehicle trips in the Saturday peak. But they don't tell me how they came up with that. I would like to see how they came up with that. So I might ask for that in our comments. And they didn't do a new traffic analysis to see the impact of those. So I guess our traffic engineer will have to look at that. And the last comment was the congestion on Stony Hill Road and Yardley Langhorne Road, that intersection. And if anybody wants to look at their response, to look at it, because it seems like they're responding to a different intersection. They talk about the Newtown bypass Stony Hill Road intersection and the light timing there, and that's fine. But what about the intersection we brought up? Because that intersection, there's no mention of any improvements, and there's going to be a lot more vehicles going through it. And somehow the level of service got better. So, yeah, we'd have to.
Isn't they going to put a light right across from Shaded Brook Farms?
Yeah, that light's going to be there. That's
where one of their entrances to the whole development will be.
Right, but this is at Stony Hill and Langhorne Yardley Road, which is where the Edgewood Cafe's there. It's a, you know what I'm talking about? It's near where Flowers Field is, and that's that intersection that
Okay.
I'm concerned about. I drive through it a lot. I want to make sure it's okay. So that's it for our comments. And like I said, maybe first week of January, I'll try to get out a draft of some more comments. And if anybody else has comments, send them to me. I'll put them in the draft.
They also said that we're going to be removing some invasive species. Are they still going to do that?
It's on the plans.
Okay.
I don't know where they would be though?
Along 295, the old I-95.
Along there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You remember when we took the tour?
yeah. I guess I wasn't looking for invasive species. Didn't notice any. But that's it with that project. And like I said, no other projects have submitted anything. So that's it for land development.
Recycling. So we have an event scheduled. When is our event scheduled? Oh my God.
January 9th.
January, thank you. January 9th.
So do we have any publicity going?
Not yet, but we'll get it out very shortly.
And Jim has done some, right,
Yeah. You sent it to the Yardley Voice?
with styrofoams.
Yeah. With Yardley Voice and Yardley Living, I sent them some information on the Environmental Stewardship Award. And as part of that, too, I included some information on the styrofoam recycling, because obviously the two are pretty related. But so we'll see what happens.
All right.
The light, the Christmas light people, they will not be joining us because they're partnering with that, the gas station, the people at the gas station at the corner of Big Oak.
In Makefield.
In Makefield.
Yeah. So they're doing something with them. They're doing an everyday collection with that gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be coming.
Sumia, are you
How long will they be doing that? Do you know, Gene?
Well, I think they started already,
Mm-hmm.
and they will be doing it until Christmas, I guess. That would be my guess.
Sumia, are you going to put it on Facebook? Sumia.
Sumia?
Muted.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay, yeah. Sure. Do you have an updated flyer?
yes, I can send it to you.
Okay, great. I'll do that.
Yeah.
And send me a two copy also, Alan, so I can put it in the newsletter.
Oh, yeah. Get out a newsletter. Good point. So, Sumia, you're going to do Lower Makefield is a great place to live. The LMT Park and Rec, or the
Yeah.
LMT page? Yeah. Okay. And then what's the other LMT one? Spotlight or whatever.
Spotlight.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get that out.
We also got
And-
Soapbox. I haven't been on there in a while.
Yeah, that's a toxic place.
Yeah, it's a toxic.
What is
Hey, I
that?
always put a plug in on YPLS, the Yardley Philosophical and Logger Appreciation Society. That's coming up next week.
What'd you say, Gene?
I was going to ask what you all were talking about that's toxic.
Never mind.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so who can come and help out between
Me.
2 hours? You're going to do great, Paul.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll both be there.
Is
Okay.
there a maximum number of volunteers permitted?
Did you want to come, Kevin?
Yeah, I could if it's
Yeah, because I'm not going to be there, so you can be me, all right?
I'll be away out of town, so I won't be able to come
Okay.
this time.
But if we have 4 people, that's plenty.
Yeah.
And I think Mark is going to have 2 vans. I'll email him about a week before the event just to remind him. And somebody should try to be there maybe 9:45, just to make sure everything's,
I can do that, Alan.
I'll be there 9:45. That's not a big deal.
yeah, make sure the vans are there, unlocked. And last time when I went there, the exact solar people were gone. Their van was there, but nobody was there then. But that's fine, as long as their van's there.
Yeah, as long as they leave it open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't believe he had tools and parts in it.
Yeah, really.
Paul, did you say you were going to be there or not?
Yes. Yes.
Good, okay.
We have 4 people there.
Uh-huh.
What time did it start? 10 o'clock?
Yep, 10. 10 to 12.
Thank you.
Oh, the stray cat people won't be there either. I forget if I told you guys that. They have enough stock.
The cat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got so many last time.
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have enough room in the vans.
Well, he said he was bringing 2, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But last year when we did it, 2 vans weren't quite enough. But maybe we'll bring that bag again. We can put them in the bag.
Yep.
Overflow bag.
Have you had any luck with the pizza recycling stuff? I haven't, by the way.
No, when I get back, I'll have to try getting in touch with Kristen again. I mean, we had a wonderful conversation and we talked about how we're both so excited about getting into this, and I called her and she never called me back, and then I left. So when I get back, I'll see if I can't pin her down.
I'll leave it on there for next month and we'll just see what happens at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. I guess we're just going to bypass the lecture series at this point.
Yeah, I mean, last meeting we talked about that, and because of the COVID situation, we're thinking probably next fall, realistically. And I'll have plenty of lead time to get in touch with Michelle. She was the one designing the lecture for us on what's bugging our trees in Pennsylvania. The bugs are not going to go away, so the issue will still be timely.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe if anything, possibly this summer might be the earliest we can do it, but we'll see what happens at this point. I think after March, we might have a better idea of what's going on.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right. Newsletter, every bit counts.
I haven't managed to do anything this month.
I'm going to send out a draft this weekend. But what I'm thinking about now, we'll start off with the styrofoam. We'll have a thing on the Stewardship Award. Jimmy, if you could send me some pictures, or at least the, what you sent to Yardley Voice. We'll do a thing on the spotted lanternfly, and we'll also have some pictures from the tree planting.
Is this a newsletter or?
Yeah, for the newsletter.
Yeah, I thought I did send you that article already, Paul, but I have it on my computer, so it's not a big deal. I'll send that to you along with
Right.
some.
So we'll do a thing about the last styrofoam recycling, and we'll put a thing leading off about January 9th to bring all their styrofoam from all their presents and all their Amazon and what are all the other ones? Wayfair.
Yeah, okay.
All the styrofoam, all the shipping from all their presents.
Was there, does anybody know if there was a real big problem with the lanternflies this summer in our area?
It's just getting worse, Gene. I was over at the Team Toyota in Langhorne, and they're all over the place. And
really?
My wife and I, we were stamping on them, and we, let the management know, but they didn't seem concerned at all. And we've been killing them at our place, at our home, around our home.
Yeah. So I didn't hear much about it during this summer, though.
Well, COVID has pretty much sucked all the oxygen.
Yeah.
I know they've been up at the Boy Scout thing. They've been having the stomping. That's near Stover's Mill State Park, Occonecan. They've been hit.
With the what? The flies, you're
Water
saying?
lanternfly.
Yeah.
It's at Patterson Farm.
Yeah.
You saw them there?
Cucumber magnolia, Adam.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, Sumya, were you going to do anything?
Oh,
Do we?
no, I didn't do any further piece on the every bit counts. Just been swamped with work. If anybody wants to take turns to do it, that'll be great. So I'll get back to it any case.
Does the township have any cherry picker type trucks?
Why?
Well, a lot of the nests for the spotted lantern are up in the upper branches of trees, and people can't get to them unless they have ladders.
Well, if we don't have them, we can rent them. So it's not that. That's
Yeah.
not an issue.
But I think that's probably something for the spring. We got to, before all the leaves come and try to make an assessment if there's any nest.
Might be easier to treat the tree.
It looks like peanut brittle.
What does?
The nest where their eggs are on the
Really?
upper branches around the trunks of the trees.
Huh.
I'll send an email to Greg and see if he's got any plans on treating for the flies.
Well, we did send a letter or email about the Patterson Farm cucumber magnolia already.
I know. I don't think anybody responded though. Who did we?
Yeah.
Did we send that to Kurt or?
Kurt and who's a public works guy? Greg Hucklebridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe Park and Rec too. But yeah, we got no response. So hopefully they'll do something in the spring because it was too late in the year to do anything this year. When we found out about it. The artists at Yardley were the ones that noticed it.
All right, what's next? Stewardship Award. When, I guess, Jim, when are you giving the award out?
Well, we talked about in the publicity, the first quarter of 2021. So I would think February, March, January is always kind of busy, for the Board of Supervisors. And I think February and March are more realistic and, less going on at the time. I sent in some information to the Yardley Voice and the Yardley Living. And, a lot of people actually read those magazines. But I'm sorry, that was my phone just ringing. I shoved it in my pocket. But yeah, I think February, March will work. Mark, of course, has been notified, and I had a nice conversation with Mark. So I think, we're all set. I will, certainly give the board plenty of notice beforehand so it can be scheduled and the check written. I haven't talked to Mark yet, but he has to make a decision, I think, regarding the 4 charities that are, listed in the award. So I'll have all that, all the logistics straightened out before I talk to the new, board head. When are those elections, Fred? First thing January, right?
4th.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll take care of all that. So I think we're in good shape as far as that's concerned. Of course, it will be done virtually. But that's it.
All right, so the Parks and Rec certification, did everybody get a chance to look at what Jim put together? for that certification information? Because Monica would like it by next week.
Yeah,
And I thought it looked really good. So if anyone else had any other comments or additions.
I had a brief write-up on the styrofoam collection under sustainability. I sent you an email, but I'll send it again.
Okay.
And then the other question I had on that is, how far back does she want to go?
Well, that I don't know.
Yeah, ask her, because some of that stuff was like 10 years ago, and I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, I would probably say maybe do within the past 5 years. And let's not go too crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not so sure. She didn't really make that clear. I don't think to send that extra info, and then basically she'll use what she feels is pertinent.
Send me whatever you have, Ellen, and then I'll put it as soon as
it's
she
real
can make
small.
the decision.
I'll do it
Okay.
right after the meeting.
Okay. And then I added a couple things here and there, and then I'm just going to send it out. I'll copy everybody so you all have it.
Great.
And then she can take whatever she wants out of it, and we can go from there.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, Kevin. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry. I've also been swamped with work. I have a PowerPoint presentation that I'm working on. I want to present to the EAC first before I bring it to the VOS. So I'll be working on that in the next couple of days.
So do you know when you're going to present it to the supervisors?
I don't know. Fred, do you know when the next meeting's going to be?
Next business meeting will be on the 6th.
6th. So if I can get it in front of EAC, get your feedback first, I'd like to get it in the 6th. If there's room in the agenda.
All right.
I would ask to have it scheduled on the 2nd January meeting, Kevin,
Okay.
at the earliest, because I think between the reorganization meeting on the 4th and the first business meeting on the 6th, we'll probably be cleaning up this year's stuff.
And it's the second meeting?
Second meeting will be the 20th.
Oh, and then our EAC meeting's the 13th, so that would actually work out good.
I can get some additional feedback at that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Wow, we're ahead of schedule. Anything else anyone wants to discuss, either for now or to put onto the agenda for next month?
Linda, Jim just sent us a summary
I
document.
saw. Yeah, I
So
saw.
Charles Beam is one of the projects.
Oh, the tributary right there. I thought there was right away or distance issues with that one.
No, it
I'll have to
goes
look at
through the fields. It's a stretch that goes through the middle school fields.
Oh, the one that goes through the fields, not the one that's on
Yeah,
the side.
That's what I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
through
I'll
the
look.
ball fields, right?
Yeah. So that's a good one to do with, even the school kids would be interested, but it's a definite, easy to do project, and it's very small.
Yeah.
So
That'll be a good one to start off 2021 with then.
No, I mean, I guess we already have Patterson Farm. You could consider this also.
I think we have enough for
let it
next
occur.
year. Yeah, I think we're going to have enough for next year with
Yeah.
Patterson and Keola and other things, but yeah, definitely.
Unless we want to do 4 dates next year, 2 different dates in spring and 2 different dates in fall.
well, I could add it to the
4
letter.
locations, 4 different dates.
Add it to the letter and we'll figure out what we can fit in.
Okay, so this is between the ball fields there. There is a lot of bank erosion.
Yeah.
You ever noticed that spot?
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the problems though, putting trees, if there's still going to be bank erosion, putting trees there.
There there are some trees, small trees that grow up and then they cut them back. I don't know who's in charge of maintenance there, probably Pennsbury School District, but they're definitely not up on riparian buffers and that kind of thing.
I know one of the guys that works for the maintenance crew. Let me talk to him and figure out if they're doing anything there and then see what that looks like in terms of how much erosion.
Yeah, but those fields would be maintained by the school, not the township.
No, I know somebody who works for the schools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some specific varieties that are really good for erosion control. So,
yeah, if usually like the dogwoods, the willows, if we throw some of that in there, that's really good. But depending on how much it's eroded and how much may continue to erode, it may still take that away. I have to look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, put it on the list, and then depending on if it is that small, then we could definitely do something there.
Yeah. I received an email from somebody from Times Publishing newspaper. They're the ones who put out Yardley Voice and the Morrisville Times, wondering if we wanted to put a little write-up in their community edition. I guess various nonprofit groups can put in write-ups. It would cost, I think, $75, and it'd be limited to 150 words. So I couldn't go into a whole lot of detail. But if you want to do that, I could write up something. We could mention we need new members, so maybe that would help.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll make sure I list all our names, so we'll get some publicity. Personal.
I think we should do something like that because we often have articles in those magazines and we never pay for them. So it might be nice to support them a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah, we've done this before. A couple years ago, we did it.
Yeah.
We had
Yardley Voice, we did it.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and write up something, send it to this guy, and I'll tell him to bill the township or bill the EAC account at the township. I'm not sure how we do that these days.
It's only $75.
Yeah.
Just make sure you notify Kurt before you do it. And then
so he's not surprised.
You shouldn't have, you don't surprise him because if he doesn't know what it's about, he's not going to pay it.
All right.
Alan, what are you going to write it about?
Well, I'll probably take the one I did a couple years ago and just update it. If you want me to send it to you, take a look at it.
No,
I can send it to everybody.
I was just curious. I mean,
I'll just say what our function is and maybe a thing or two we did last year.
Okay, so sort of a general overview.
Oh, yeah. With 150 words, you're not going to tell a big story.
yeah, it's actually good publicity. We've been doing this for probably 8 or 10 years now, I think.
What?
Well, putting in this article in Yardley Voice of Yardley Living. So.
Yeah. All right.
That's all I have.
But do you have anything else?
Just one thing. This has really been a difficult year for everybody in our society. And I hope all of you and your families have the best holiday that you can under these circumstances. And I'm certainly looking for a much better 2021 than we had in 2020. But it's a pleasure working with all of you. And I wish you all well.
Oh.
Thank you. You too,
Thank
Jim.
you.
Thanks, Jim. Same to you.
Yes, guys. Let's hope for a better 2021.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody take care. Stay well.
All right.
Stay safe, stay
You
healthy.
too, guys. Be well.
Happy
All right, hold on. I
holidays.
think we have to officially end this, right?
You do.
Yes.
Okay, so I call this meeting adjourned.
So move.
So moved. I approve.
There you go. Take care.
Happy holidays, everyone.